Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Boost hearings up on Capitol Hill wraps up with a bank official. Also tonight, what started as a traffic violation ends in a serious drug charge. And we're saying bye to 2022 from way up in the sky. In sports, a young local swimmer going out and making a name for himself. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move?
This holiday season, get your goods here with care and attention using Micronesian Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. So you do the shopping and we'll do the shipping. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals quickly and cost-effectively. Operating since 2013, check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is December 30th, almost the last day of 2022. The House Joint Committee wraps up their boost hearings with a Bank of Saipan loan officer, Karen Callan. Callan was in charge of receiving the boost applications, and she reveals some pretty stunning details in front of the JGO and Ways and Means Committee.
Can you just walk us through the process when you receive an application and you attach a checklist and then you put it into a box? What do you do? Do you label the box, or is it just a box with applications? Is there any labels on it saying
there are no labels on? Oh, I'm sorry. We did label the boxes Rhoda, Tinian, Saipan, incubator applications, and nonprofit applications.
Okay, so you wouldn't even have dates on the box that would say these were applications received from a period of time?
None.
So would it be fair to say that the first group of applicants that submitted applications would probably be more on the bottom of the stack as opposed to the top of the stack?
Yes. We would leave the applications in a box.
The hard copies.
That's correct.
Only the hard copies.
The hard copies.
Okay. But you would never forward electronic applications?
I would, if requested.
Okay. If requested. Did you get requests for specific applications or for all of the applications?
I have. Not for all, just for specific.
For specific ones. Who requested specific applications?
Mr. Will Castro.
Just him?
Yes.
Which applications did he specifically request?
I can't recall.
Can you recall any that he specifically requested?
I know that I provided him a copy of the bank's application,
Okay.
and
He requested that?
that's correct.
Okay. But he requested others as well?
Yes, he has.
But you don't recall which ones?
I don't recall.
Would you have a record of that then?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
With respect to the FFR, who instructed you to give the applications to Miss Selena Sapp?
Mr. Will Castro.
Mr. Will Castro. And did you also give FFR applications to Mr. Shane Villanueva?
Yes, we did. Yes, I did.
Who else did you give FFR applications to?
There were a group of individuals in the conference room. I don't know their names, but Shane was there and Selena was there also.
Was Mr. Rob Trevilla there as well?
I can't recall.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are this group, were they government employees?
I wouldn't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Mhm.
How many FFR applications were received?
A lot.
Give
I
us
would say
an
maybe,
approximate
over 2,000-3,000
of
for
FFR.
Islands. I think, yes.
Do you own or have any businesses that have received boost funding?
Yes, I have.
Could you please state the name of the business and how much did you?
The company name is Ocean 6 LLC, and we received 50,000 in award.
And do you know how many other Bank of Saipan employees have received boost award?
Myself and one other, we own the company, so we received boost awards, and then we have 2 employees whose spouses own the company, and they've received boost awards also.
Okay, may I ask also what types of business did they apply as or apply for? And yours included.
Okay, mine is Ocean 6 is a grab and go restaurant. We offer lunch and catering. My other employee, yes. Theirs is a ground maintenance service. The other one is a music and recording studio. And I think the last one is I don't know if the word massage parlor is right or something to that effect. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
What do you think, or what do you think Will Castro meant when he messaged you, "I got your back, watch mine"? And why would he say that?
I don't know. I know that WhatsApp you're referring to, and I did read that. I didn't comment on that. I didn't know what to say of that.
Now, there were instances in the text messages where the Secretary of Finance was asking to pick up checks for certain businesses. Did Mr. Atalig ever pick up checks for any business?
No, he didn't.
What happened in those cases?
In those cases, he did say that he would pick the checks up, but then he wouldn't come. The owners of the companies would come in and pick up the checks.
Okay, and who were the owners of those companies that picked up those checks?
His sister was one of them.
Okay, for Trove?
For the Trove. The
Okay.
Trove was one of them. His mother was one of them.
His mother. For which business?
Corey's Garden.
Okay.
And I believe his brother-in-law was one of them.
His brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Which one?
It was a fish mart or a fishing charter or something. I wasn't sure.
A traffic violation stop leads to the arrest of 2 individuals found in possession of methamphetamine. 38-year-old Kimi Encha Evangelista Q and 47-year-old Morel Esteves are being charged with possession of a controlled substance, crystal methamphetamine. The two defendants appeared before Judge Joseph Camacho on Tuesday, who imposed a $100,000 cash bail each. According to court documents, the two individuals were traveling along Texas Road in Susupe when a highway patrol officer pulled them over after he noticed the driver was not wearing a seatbelt. Q was the driver and Esteves was the passenger. While the officer spoke to Q, he observed a small clear Ziploc baggie on the dashboard, which contained a cut straw and crystalline substances inside of it. When asked what the content of the bag was, Q said it was sea salt and that it wasn't hers. The officer then used the narcotic identification kit to test the content of the Ziploc bag, which yielded presumptive positive for methamphetamine. Q and Morel were arrested and transported to the Department of Corrections. But it doesn't stop there. According to the report, during a search at the DOC booking area, a prison guard discovered two clear Ziploc baggies containing crystalline substances, which was hidden inside Morel's cell phone case. The Drug Enforcement Task Force was called to test the contents of the two baggies, which yielded presumptive positive for the presence of methamphetamine. The first baggie weighed 0.8 gross grams, and the second weighed 0.7 gross grams. The two defendants are set to return to court on January 4 for a preliminary hearing. For those who may still have their local stimulus cards, the last day to spend the money is extended. The Division of Revenue and Taxation would like to advise the general public that the local stimulus cards deadline for expiration is extended to January 31, 2023. The cards will be deactivated and funds in the card will not be available on February 1st, 2023. Taxpayers are encouraged to spend the remaining funds within the allowable time frame. And if you were told that your card was mailed out, but you haven't received it yet, you can call DRT as it may have been returned back to their office. 670-664 for more information. All right, coming up, have you ever seen Saipan from a bird's eye view? Well, you're about to. Stay tuned.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month, plus a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Subway just dropped an all-new menu of 12 sandwiches. They call it the Subway Series.
The Subway Series has 4 new categories of subs: cheesesteaks, Italianos, chicken, and clubs.
With a sandwich series like that, I'll be a happy Subway cereal eater. Subway Series. What's your pick?
Across the nation, more and more people are driving under the influence of drugs. The CNMI Department of Public Safety would like to remind you to drive safe this holiday season. Do not drive while under the influence of marijuana, opioids, methamphetamines, or other potentially impairing drugs, including prescription and over-the-counter medication. These drugs can impair your driving and can put you and others in harm's way. Be responsible this holiday season. It's not just your life at risk, but the lives of the people around you. Don't let one poor choice ruin the holidays for you or your loved ones. Drive safe this holiday season.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
Remember, if you feel different, you drive different.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537. The largest show in the Pacific is looking for dancers to work on Guam. The show, Carrera, an island, a journey, an adventure. This is a unique opportunity for dancers from Saipan, Tinian, Rota, and beyond. Polynesian and contemporary dancers for one show nightly, 5 days per week, offering competitive pay, airline flights, and even housing for off-island hires. Join the cast and experience working with a world-class creative team that has worked with Madonna, Celine Dion, U2, and Cirque du Soleil. Show now in pre-production. It will begin in March. Casting call on now. Up to 40 dancers are needed. Send bios and photos to casting@baldiga.com. Sandcastle Guam. Casting call. Apply now.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. Governor-elect Arnold Palacios on the future of the casino industry in Saipan.
You know, obviously the licensee is very challenged, and personally I don't see them bouncing back unless they sell the property, and that issue of their financial stability is the biggest issue. The other issue is that if it's going to be a casino and you're going to cater to Chinese gamblers and tourists, it's not going to work. That model is no longer available, you know, because of the Chinese government's ban on tourists going overseas to do gambling. So I don't personally. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I don't really see it bouncing back, being Chinese owned. Now, are there other other international companies that are willing to buy this? That's something that we need to maybe put a package together and go out and see who will be interested. Because we can't continue to watch and just look at that white monstrosity in the middle of Garpa, and we got to do something about it. And I think we could probably in short order, hopefully we can get a consultancy together to take a look at what the possibilities are. Because to not do anything about it is not acceptable anymore. We got to figure out whether that could be turned into a hotel and finish it. And because the casino itself is very spacious, huge space. Now, what could that be, for example? Could that be a convention center, maybe? I don't know. But those are the possibilities. And we need to explore the realms of all possibilities. And, you know, I don't think there's anybody on the island right now that could give us that advice and recommendation. But, you know, there are international consultants that could, somebody from the outside says, hey, these are the possibilities that you might want to consider, and we will certainly consider that. It's sitting on public land. It's sitting on also private lands. So those are the complications that we need to take a look at and figure that out. And then we don't know, I don't know what Imperial Pacific's contractual obligations they've gone into, you know, with other companies outside of the Commonwealth or even with people in the Commonwealth. So those are the web of unknowns that we're looking at. I wish we had a wand and make it one completely disappear and start all over, or make it bright and glitzy and functional.
Most people say you should cross out at least one item off your bucket list every year. I certainly did my part for 2022. For this next story, we head up to the sky and take a bird's eye view of the island with a big jump. Skydive Saipan offers a special experience for those who seek adventure. Their service includes tandem skydiving best for beginners, a 60-second free fall from 14,000 feet, and a breathtaking view of the island of Saipan. Peter Rovnan is the lead skydiving tandem instructor who's been in the sport for 33 years now. His first jump was at 16 years old, and the rest is history.
And you just keep going, and then at one point you have enough jumps, enough experience, and just make it your living, you know. It's a pretty cool job to have, jumping out of the aircraft every day.
Rovnan is originally from Slovakia. He began working at Skydive Saipan in 2015. His current jump record, nearly 18,000. Yes, he's jumped nearly 18,000 times. Scary? He says not so much.
Not scared. I feel aware because, like, you know, like when you trust your training and you trust technology, what we use, this is pretty cool stuff to do. And, you know, like in every kind of aspect of the life, it can go wrong, but we train to deal with those kinds of wrong situations. And I really believe that my training is a part. So, you know, I'm not scared per se, but I would lie if I say that it doesn't do anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like your body always releases adrenaline and endorphins and all those kind of stuff. So you go through that, but you know, on a higher alert when we're jumping. But yeah, I'm not scared.
Rovnan may not feel the nervousness, but some of his students sure have. Have you ever encountered like passengers who would back out at the last
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, you know, we call them refusals. And once in a while, once in 1,000, 1,500 skydives, there is one, which basically, again, like find her or himself in a situation he probably or she probably didn't want to be and backing up. Like there will be a last question before we go. I will ask you, are you ready to skydive? And if you will say no, we're not going.
I see. All right. Have you ever encountered a passenger who passed out?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
How
like
many?
like really passed out, only one. But it was kind of funny and hilarious because he was coming online and offline on the canopy like 5 times. And I think it was just, he was overwhelmed with all the sensation he was receiving. Yeah. So basically he just switched off for a second and switch on for a second.
Wow. His message to all those who may be curious about skydiving?
I'm in this for 33 years and I stopped persuading people to skydive at least once in a lifetime. But yes, like if you have that opportunity, especially on an island like this, like you should do that at least one time, you know?
At least one time.
What possibly can go wrong?
Now, you're gonna enjoy this next part. For sure, I did.
So what you had one of
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. So how was it?
Great.
Nice, right?
I hope you all enjoyed that story as much as I did. Now don't go anywhere because we have more sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
My doctor gave me the pills, so they must be safe, right?
If taken exactly as prescribed, short-term use can be safe, but painkillers have real risk. Misusing an opioid painkiller can cause serious harm, including addiction and death, and misuse can happen quite easily. Make sure you never mix them with alcohol, antidepressants, sedatives, or sleep aids. And if you are prescribed an opioid, you need to tell your doctor about any other drugs, including herbal supplements that you are taking. It only takes a little to lose a lot.
This project was supported by a grant from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation. Contents are solely the responsibility of CHCC and do not necessarily represent the official views of the CDC or the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Freshness. It's the overall reason beer drinkers choose draft beer. And that's the reason Godfather's is making a serious commitment to offering their customers a full lineup of draft beer on tap. Choose from Lagunitas IPA, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, Lost Coast Downtown Brown Ale, Fat Tire, Blue Moon, and more. All competitively priced. Godfather's Bar now serving the island's widest selection of ice cold beer right from the tap. Godfather's Bar, where everybody's family.
The Tan Su Lin Foundation promotes the culture of giving back. The foundation and its generous partners are committed to supporting programs that include health, education, and sports. Initiatives that promote arts and culture, the environment, and tourism will benefit our community and our residents. Giving back and making a difference will help ensure that the island paradise we call home will be a better place to live.
Tonight's sports brought to you in part by Tan Holdings through the Tan Su Lin Foundation, making communities a better place to live.
Buenas sports fans.
Our young star for tonight is an MHS Dolphin and swims just like one. Our Milan Goodwin has more.
Everything is possible as long as you put your mind to it and put the work and time into it. A quote by Michael Phelps.
Young Star Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation.
Our young star for tonight is a 17-year-old senior at Marianas High School. Here is Jakey De Leon Guerrero.
I play two sports. My main sport is swimming, and I also play volleyball.
Jakey has been swimming since he was 4 years old and enjoys working hard in practices.
My favorite part would definitely be the hardest practices because my swim mates and I, we would come together and we would have that bond because we have something in common where we're all really working hard, and the feeling that we get after practice is what makes those hard practices worth it.
Jakey has been able to travel and compete extensively for swimming as well.
Before COVID, we were able to travel to Taiwan, Yap, Guam, and even Japan. And in that time frame, we were able to make a lot of friends and connections internationally and even within the islands.
Along with making international friends at these competitions, Jakey also pushed himself to do his very best.
I did well. I got a lot of personal best times, and overall it gave me a better experience because I was able to expose myself to the bigger picture, like in the real world.
Jakey is also a volleyball player, and he started in elementary school.
So volleyball started when Grace Christian Academy, the school I went to for elementary, middle school, where we would always play volleyball, and I would never get the understanding of why people liked volleyball until I started playing it myself back in 4th grade. And since then, it's been a pretty fun sport to play.
After Jakey moved to Marianas High School, he took his enthusiasm for volleyball and founded a club.
So I also created the volleyball club my sophomore year when I moved to Marianas High School, and it was a club that we were able to continue on even though I'm not the president of the club now.
Outside of sports, Jakey is also very involved in many of his school's academic clubs and organizations, including Student Council.
Yeah, I'm the Stuco secretary for Marianas High School, and as the Stuco secretary, I take notes and keep track of what happens during the meetings, and I share that with the general Stuco or remind the Stuco of Marianas High School on what we have and what we need to do.
As a senior, Jakey is still weighing his options for after high school. However, he advises other young athletes to keep working hard.
My advice for all student athletes is that you should always remember to work hard and to train hard, because in the end, it will definitely be worth it.
Young Stars Shining, brought to you by the Tan Su Lin Foundation.
What's the move? What's the move?
Hi, I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goat's Gym, and today we're going to be going over the leg press. Now I have here with me is Vince, and he's going to show you how to execute it properly in 2 different ways. A common mistake that you'll often see is leaving your hands free, either up here or on your lap. I strongly recommend you holding onto the sled and create that tension in the upper body, which then allows you to create more range of motion. So with his current foot placement, he was feeling it on his legs, his quads. Now with a simple adjustment by placing his foot a little higher on the platform and his toes pointed out slightly, he's going to transfer that tension, which was previously on his legs, onto his hamstrings and glutes. Again, he's gonna grab onto the sled, creating that bracing effect up here.
And for the KSPN weather report, tonight partly cloudy with isolated showers, northeast winds 15 to 10 miles per hour. Lows around 77 with a 20% chance of showers. Tomorrow partly sunny with isolated showers, east wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Highs around 85 with a 20% chance of rain. Small craft advisory is in effect for Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. Moderate to fresh trade winds with frequent strong gusts and combined seas of 8 to 10 feet are expected for the Marianas coastal waters. A trade wind disturbance will bring more chances for showers and thunderstorms in the following week. Low tide will be at 8:01 a.m., high tide at 3:03 p.m., sunrise 6:43 a.m., and the sunset, you can catch that at 5:57 p.m. tomorrow. And that does it for our last news report for the year 2022. Thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll see you back next year.